Howdy, Rebel fans. Welcome to episode 13 of the Rebel Nation Conversation. I am Rebel Fan 69. My co-host across the aisle there is the Themetalreb. Together we make up the Rebel Nation Conversation podcast team and your one-stop shop for uninformed and non-expert Ole Miss sports conversation.
Unsullied by sponsorship since 2025.
That's correct. If you're watching us on the YouTube channel, you already know, but to those catching us on the TikTok, be sure to come to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/at the RN Convo. It's also up here on the screen on the TikToks. So, Mel, what's happened since our last taping here, man? Anything big to discuss?
Yeah, it is, man. What a game. What a win.
That's
It's
exactly.
just hard to put in words. And
That's what
watching the game, I talked to my brother earlier. He took Dad down there, and they did it right, man. They had a suite, parking passes. They went first class, and he said it's not that Ole Miss never wins those kind of games. It's that Georgia never loses those kind of games against anybody.
against us. Well, they lost last year to Notre Dame.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, man. Normally,
In this
generally
game.
speaking, they don't lose very often.
No.
But yeah, man, we were ready. We were ready. And we'll take it apart piece by piece, But I want to just kind of start with Pete, the job he's done. It's who knows what we'll get long term, but pretty damn good start.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good start. And the only glaring thing I can see from the other night was that circus at the end of the first half. And you tell your guy to run out of bounds and he doesn't do it. What, as a coach, what do you do? I mean,
A little bit of a
I don't know
liability
what
there.
Wright was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't know if he thought he could make the end zone. That's all I could think. That's the only reason why he turned that one in. But anyway,
surely, or he thought we had a timeout there. I don't know.
Maybe so.
Well, what a night,
Before we go
man.
any further, Before we go any further into it, what I want to say is, again, what a game. Before I go any further with it, I just want to tip my cap to the Georgia Bulldogs, their coaching staff, and their fans, man. As you know, I decided to go ahead and attend the game as well, and I cannot say anything bad about any Georgia fan that I came in contact with. I was not barked at one time by a grown man.
Lucky you.
Did not happen. And I was ready for it. I even told my daughter as we were walking, I said, man, I just don't know what I'm going to do if I get barked at.
By a grown man?
Yeah, right up my face, But it was such an exciting game, such a flood of emotion for both fan bases. But ultimately, the Ole Miss Rebels pulled out the win, 39-34, to advance the Fiesta Bowl in Glendale, Arizona on January 8th. So, several things to discuss. Like you said, we'll tighten it. We'll tear this one down. Leading up to the game, you said yourself last week, and I didn't disagree. I kind of added to it, but you said you thought we would need a defensive score to win this game. I kind of amended it with either a defensive score or some special team score, like a punt return. I thought those two could interchange with one another.
Not only did we not get that,
we didn't get that, but we gave it up.
We gave it up and still won the game. I could not have been more wrong.
I don't know if you can count this, but you can somewhat do it. We did force one fumble. We did force one fumble on that when they run back out there, and that led directly to a touchdown, which put us up at 10 points with 9 minutes and 2 seconds left to play. So that was a big play by the defense. So I mean, that's basically what you were saying. It wasn't a pick six, it wasn't a scoop and score, but it did lead directly just a couple plays later to going up by 10.
Well, he gave us the ball at the 25-yard line.
Right.
All the momentum in the world. And
Now, according to Smart, the ball wasn't supposed to be snapped. Obviously, you must
yeah,
assume they was trying to draw us off sides. But the way they went out with punt formation, then brought everybody out. I'm screaming. I'm like, man, they're running the darn punt team back off the field, and
yeah,
and they came back out and got under center. And the way I would have snapped the ball, the way Gunner was clapping for that ball, man, it
yeah.
wasn't. I mean, he may have faked out his own center. I don't
Well,
know.
you had a backup center in the game.
Right.
Um, Georgia's starting center was out. He's out for the year. And so maybe that played in our favor. Ever what the case is, he did indeed snap the ball.
He did, and
And
Sunturn Perkins was all over it,
man,
man.
he come
Hey,
around that edge like he was shot out of a cannon and got the stop. And yeah, man, that's one of the big. I mean, that's probably the biggest defensive play of the game. The second biggest defensive play of the game is Georgia being inside the 5 yard line with a minute left, and I stopped
holding
them
to a
on
field
third
goal.
down. Yeah, forcing a field goal. And their
Well, and
fans are upset because they didn't run the ball and
yeah.
take time off the clock. And I'm sure you've heard Kirby's explanation. His thinking on why he didn't do that. He said he felt like that would be playing for a tie. And we were not there to play for a tie. We were there to win. So that's
Well,
what he
and,
did.
and, and I'm gonna tell you what. Another tip of the cat to Kirby Smart, man. That fake punt when they
Yeah, they
pulled it,
got us.
that was. I mean, they not on. They caught us with our britches down. I mean, and all of us, my whole row at the stadium, which was my daughter. It was Ole Miss fans to my left, and my daughter and me. And we literally looked at it and said, that's why Smart gets paid as much money as he does. I mean, that right there, that was one of the ballsiest calls I've ever seen. And because he could feel the game slipping away, obviously. Down
He
10.
knew he had to do
Uh,
something,
the momentum had
something big.
totally shifted to Ole Miss. And the man, he that was one of the gutsiest calls I'd ever seen and executed perfectly.
Yeah.
But I tell you something else, though. Looking back, the scoop and score puts them up 9. Right before half, man, we could have mailed it in from that point. And golly,
That's the lowest moment of the game. Wouldn't you agree? By far.
obviously, definitely
Yeah.
lowest point for me in attendance.
Yeah, that's
But the
by far.
team couldn't have been, wouldn't have been so
That's
easy for
when
a team.
you're just thinking, oh gosh, here we go. you know,
I
just
mean, but wouldn't you think the team? It would have been just so easy to just say, all right, and mail it in from here. We've done our best, but we can't do it no more. But man, you got to credit that coaching staff, man, going in there and say, hey, man,
yeah.
we ain't had this thing. I know we got a team that can play with them, and good Lord, what a game, what a freaking game. Obviously that was, and I did look back, and unless something got messed up on Saturday, that was Lacey's only fumble of the year. To come at a worse time, but I mean,
That's 300 carries, I believe the guy's got.
yeah, leading rusher in the year and the NCAA, right?
Yeah. I want to say that's 300 carries there about because we don't really split it up very much.
Dear students, you've given your heart. You've enriched the school's traditions.
Sorry
That's
about that.
no worries. I was thinking, what in the world was that?
Yeah, sorry
What was
about that. I was just trying to see if I could pull up. Yeah,
that?
295 carries and one fumble. 295 carries, brother. 1,464 yards, 23 touchdowns. I really wish we could keep this kid. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm hearing maybe we may be able to. I don't know.
Well, I think they're being right now just very cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like the
yeah,
way Diggs runs when he has opportunities, man. I wish we could have
I don't think
maybe
he's
worked
got
him in a
the.
little, but man, it's just hard to not give that ball to number 5. You
I
know?
like Diggs is more the finesse type runner. The like he did that little circle loop zoop in the 2 lane game. Just made that guy look like he wasn't even in the same time zone as him. But when it takes the running between the tackles and still falling forward. And a lot of times Lacey don't make a lot of yards going up there, but he never
Yeah.
falls backwards. Lacey never gets knocked backwards in the down deal. He falls forward for an extra yard almost every single
Yeah.
time.
Which he's
Yeah,
had more games than anybody else, but 1,464 yards, that's got to be a school record too, isn't it?
that
Rushing
be
yards?
something might be something to look into season ending for sure.
Got
So,
to be.
um, so something else we got. All right, we didn't get the defensive score or special team score, but one thing we did get was a pretty solid defensive effort, especially
Yeah,
from
we did.
Xavier Harris, Cam Franklin, and Will Eccles.
Will
Good
Eccles,
Lord,
man.
those three had a game, man. And the thing is, if you look at just the stats straight up, Eccles had 5 tackles, 3 solo, 2 for loss. But when you rewatch the game and how many balls he batted down, he was disruptive the whole game. He was, he was the man. And yeah, we give up 34 points here. Georgia's too good. We couldn't have never expected. I don't care how good our defense would be. We couldn't expect to keep them out of the end zone. Or
Yeah.
off the board. They were going to score. We just had to give our offense an opportunity to outscore them. And I believe we got the kind of defensive effort we needed in that game. But yeah, Harris credited with 10 tackles.
10 tackles as a D
10
tackle.
5 of them solo.
Yeah,
One of them
that's
for loss.
really good.
Franklin, 5 tackles, 1 solo, 1 tackle for loss. And again, not and so many. Hey, and Eccles could have had a daggum a pick. That in the
Yeah.
start of the third quarter, he batted that ball down right before the fake punt.
Yeah.
He batted that ball down. He could have caught it. If he'd have known, it was catchable. But
Yeah. Yeah. He was just fantastic. Yeah, he really was,
absolutely.
man.
And then you can't talk about that defense without talking about number 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
For
Sun
sure.
Perkins credited with 6 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 tackles for loss, and 1 sack where he actually caused the Stockton fumble that he actually recovered the damn ball too. It rolled right perfectly between his legs.
Man, let's also go ahead and mention this guy that kept making bombs from 55 yards, 56 yards, and then 47 yards.
Oh man, well, yeah.
Mr.
I got
Lucas
him on.
Canero.
I got him on down there, kind of in special teams.
What a weapon. Dude, we crossed midfield. We're in field goal range.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, let me just y'all scroll on down there for special team stuff. All right, Lucas Canero, man. All right, he sets a Sugar Bowl record with a 55-yard field goal for the first score of the game. Kind of in your nice little infomercials or sales pitches on TV. But wait, there's more. He then breaks his own record with a 56-yarder the next time and puts the Rebels up 6-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then, good Lord, the biggest kick of all, a 47-yard game winner, puts us up 37-34.
You were there.
6
You were
after
set.
7.
You were sitting there. Did what did it feel like in that building
Oh man,
when that
it
kid
felt
made
like
that kick? It,
earthquake, man. You've been in the dome. You know how, especially up there high where we were at, and it shakes up there, man. And I mean, and we're so close to the roof where the sound echoes right back at you. So hard, man, it was deafening. I
Did
was
you
so
see
proud of the way it
Kirby's
sounded.
comment about it? Felt like a road game.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was
And it had to. It had to, man. I'm telling you, that was a sea of powder blue. Um, it was so much fun to be there. I'm glad I let my daughter talk me into it. To be honest.
man, no kidding. I've been kicking
Uh,
myself 4 days now.
but,
Oh
uh,
well, bro, these
you know,
ticket prices.
well, the ticket prices wasn't that bad when we went
I'm
because the
talking about for
last
these
day they
next
dropped.
two.
They're terrible.
Oh
But
man,
I want to be able to go if for it. I mean, look, it's a big if. If we win that festival, that's a big if. If we win it, I want to be able to go to Miami, and I know I can't do both. I literally just can't do both. So
yeah,
if I said, all right, I'm gonna go to the Fiesta Bowl, I'm basically saying no matter what, I can't go to Miami, and
yeah,
that I couldn't. I got to leave my options open to go to Miami.
yeah.
Um, but so let's while we're still kind of talking about defense, so one thing I wanted to do, I brought this up in a text message, just kind of swept way away, but we literally saw it. I looked all back through. I couldn't see it on the regular deal, and I think it was on the Manning cast. I've got a TikTok video of it, but I couldn't see what time in the game it was on it. It didn't show the scoreboard of it. But I think we had Stockton's bell rung pretty good there by the end of the third quarter, because I believe this was in the fourth. He actually lined up under the
Yeah.
left guard.
The running back had
Frazier,
to.
yeah, the running back came up and got it. And I don't, you kind of said it could have something to do with the noise, and it could have. I don't know, but I honestly just, that's not something I don't see. The noise affecting where he goes and puts his hands under center, you know. Um, I think his bell was wrong. I really do, man. He got
Yeah,
hit pretty hard a couple of times there. I mean, really hard.
that hit Chambers put on him right before they scored. I don't know how the kid got up from that.
Yep.
Chambers absolutely crushed him.
Yep.
And to his
Caden Lee got
credit,
leveled a couple times the same way, but got
Aiden
right
Lee
back
got
up too.
crushed too right at the end. Yeah,
Uh, but
I guess he's
yeah,
okay moving forward. Him and
yeah.
Harris both.
They they said he was running around real good on the sidelines and everything, laughing and carrying on during the trophy ceremony. I saw
Man,
up there. I couldn't see who was there, but
have you seen the cinematic video that our guys put together?
no, the producers of the season.
Yeah, it's
I hadn't
about
seen
10 minutes. You need to look it up when we get done. It is really good. Probably the best one they've ever done.
it. All right. Oh, dang, showed that. All right, moving on. Let's go offense for a little while. You can't, man. Good God, Trinidad Chambliss, man. This guy's a winner.
Trinidad, man, this
He,
dude.
he's
Those
just a
first three
friggin'
plays of the
winner.
fourth quarter,
I got them all
put
listed down here.
man, those first three plays in the fourth quarter put him in Ole Miss lore. He already is, but those dude, that's
Well,
legend,
first off, the scrambles themselves.
legend. Just
The scrambles themselves look like Archie Manning. The film that
yeah,
I have watched of Archie Manning running around evading traffic and
yeah.
somehow able to deliver a strike.
Johnny
Um,
Manziel-ish. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. The third down. All right, the second down. Now that was something. I mean, should have been tackled. Made that little flip, and I still have not. I watched the replay on television. I don't know for sure Lacey stepped out of bounds. But they said it did after a 4-yard game. But that should have been about an 8-yard loss.
yeah,
The third down, though. All right, not only did Chambliss do all that crap running back there almost into the end zone again, but sophomore O-line, Bryson Sanders, literally come up and set a damn block pick on. I couldn't tell who the guy chasing back, but that sprung him loose to throw
yeah,
the ball down the field, a strike to Lacey, who himself takes a hell of a hit, but
yeah,
still somehow fights and gets the
to get
first
the
down.
first down. Yeah.
Right? And then the very next play, Chambliss again finds himself under heavy pressure, forced to roll out to the right, and throws a 44-yard dime to Waller.
Beautiful.
Man, this drive, again, like you said a while ago, this drive is one of the most special drives from a quarterback I have ever witnessed, ever, in my life. Now, he had a lot of help.
You know what it
And,
you know what it did? And I've heard others say this since the game. Buddy, that drive to me opened the conversation of Trinidad Chambliss and to going to the NFL.
oh, yeah.
I mean, we've not even mentioned NFL for this kid. Oh, he's a nice college quarterback. Good story. No, no, no. It's bro.
He's a winner, man. I mean, that's
he's
all I can say.
and this is going against the Georgia Bulldogs. This ain't some scrub outfit. I mean, that drive right there, I feel like, and that game and this run and all of it together may open some doors for him to at least get a shot.
Absolutely.
And
I believe he
man,
will. I believe he
what
has
a
to be looked
baller.
at. And you know what? All right, let's think about Jackson Dart. We all knew he was going to play pro ball. I mean, we could just tell he was going to go and play pro. He has too accurate arm. But his problem in the pros that I've seen so far is he's still playing like he's playing in college, running wild and going crazy and getting put in the damn concussion tent every week.
Yeah.
Trinidad can run. He's mobile too, but he knows when to get down.
Yeah.
And protect himself because he knows the team's relying 100% on him. He knows when to get down.
Yeah. I love Jackson Dart, but
look
he
good.
has got to calm down, man. He is so out of control. And I know they're telling him. I know they are.
They got to be,
But
man. I mean, this ain't college ball no more.
No.
There ain't a player in that league that can't take your head off and want
Yeah.
to.
They're big, fast, and they arrive in a bad, bad mood. You've got to be smart with a football.
But yes,
Why
sir,
can't he do
Trinidad
it?
Chambliss.
Why can't he do it? Why?
I don't know, man. It just ain't his mentality. You know that. And he said that the other day, I think. Somebody said, I'm just not a pocket passer. I'm not going to stay back here. I'm going to get out and run. I'm going to do what I got to do. But, man, he ain't long for this league if that's the way it's going to be. He just ain't. But
Well, he's got to make a
moving on.
decision, man.
Yeah.
He's a big kid. If he didn't have good size on him, he'd probably already be out,
Yeah, broken half.
at least for the season. But
Yeah, I don't want to take too much away from Chambliss on this, though. That's for discussion.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
Good Lord, man. The kid's just, I'm just proud that we got him, man. That was such a, he's a good kid. Good kid to be around.
Yeah. What
So,
a legendary performance, man.
All right, and then, all right, Lucas Canaro kicks the 47-yarder. Yes, that ball was very obviously close to getting kicked, but getting blocked. But hey, you got to be faster than that. You got to be closer than that, damn it.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, I watched it on the the Skycast, which was David Kellum's version of it. I watched, and man, it does not look like it's all that close. So when you look at it from end zone copy, it looked to me like it was, because most of the Skycast stuff was end zone copy, and it looked to me like it went, good, and I mean, you don't want it to be 8 or 9 inches. You want it to be 3 or 4 feet above anybody's hands, but 8 or 9 inches you're not getting blocked at that. And Canaro, again, can't say much about how much of a weapon he was.
Yeah, it looked pretty close. The angles I've seen, but it wasn't close enough.
Nope, close enough. Puts us up 37-34 with 6 seconds left to play. Let's talk about those 6 seconds. Why not?
Oh, my God.
That was the longest damn 6 seconds of my life, and I've sat through many a freaking ball game. That 6 seconds took longer than the review
Dude.
to find out whether whether we intercepted the football against Alabama in 14.
I just don't understand. The reason Pete Golding and his crew were so upset, everybody's saying they should have known, they should have known, they should have known the rules, and they should have.
The clock
But
was
it's
zero though.
such an unusual play. Yeah, I'm even saying let's give the refs the benefit of the doubt. Let's say there's 1 second left on the clock after the safety.
Mhm.
Then you have the kick, and apparently the ref told Pete Golding and Joe Judge before the kick that once anybody touches the ball, game's over.
Right, so we
So
didn't try to
instead,
field.
so we didn't even try to field it. Now, looking back, we should have jumped on the ball because even if we muffed it, they can't advance it.
Right.
So if we just touch it at all, the game's over.
That's all we had to do was touch it. The clock
All
starts
we had to
when
do
we
is touch
touched
it.
the ball.
If we touch the ball,
But they were first to touch it, and he was down when he touched it. So the refs played that last 6 seconds exactly like it should have been done. I've seen on the boards where everybody's clanking about, all right, the clock didn't start at the right time, or this, that, and other. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not a clock operator, but they called the correct plays at the end. But I mean, they made the correct call. The
but
rulings were correct.
sometimes you can be right and still be wrong. And that's what they were in that case. It just made the whole ending weird. Bringing the stage on, taking the stage off.
Yeah,
Bringing the
I'll sit
stage
there and
back
watch.
on, taking the stage off. Yeah, we all were. We still thinking, 1 second. We seen some weird crap before, you know. And
I
on
was
the
sitting there
Georgia
watching those.
side, the Georgia people were saying, man, that was just so agonizing because we knew we couldn't win the game and we had to keep sitting there and looking at that 1 second. I don't know. It was just such a cluster.
Man, who I hate it for is them grounds team. I
Oh
mean, they
yeah.
rolled that thing out there, man. I mean,
Yeah.
they was probably 20 people on that thing pushing that song out, and they were wore out. And then, all right, let's get it off
You
the
know
field. They
that
couldn't
thing's
just
heavy
push
as
it off.
hell, man.
Yeah, and they couldn't just push it off the edge. They had to get it several yards back there. If a play went to there for some reason, you can't have the players running into it.
Man, the
And then,
last play, there was ice all over the field and
yeah,
confetti, and Pete sitting over there drenched with Gatorade. Just,
yeah, it was. Yeah, but it was agonizing for both sides. I get,
yeah, it was.
We could talk about the the officiating in the last 5 minutes, but again, like you said during the Tulane game, we're picking nits at some point there, and it didn't matter. But golly, did they ever try to take over the game there for the pass interferences? Man, it was just that one on Gushikin. That
With a
where he
guy
was looking
grabbed him
back
around the head. Yeah,
had his whole face masked. And
yeah.
I mean, he was looking back the whole way. He wasn't even looking. He was watching the ball the whole way. And they called. If anything, it was deep. It was OPI, not DPI.
But as bad as that was, it wasn't nothing compared to the miss face mask call.
Oh no, that
How
right there
egregious that
could have
was.
easily changed
Everything.
the because I mean we're up. All we got to do, but we could have even went down and scored again if we get that. Who
I
knows?
didn't even like the second pass interference call.
That one, the one that they actually called holding. Well, it was.
Yeah,
I
they
think they
called
called
holding.
they
They
called it
called
holding.
holding.
I mean, that's why it was so over his head though, is because he was held well before. You really couldn't see it. If you watch the Skycast version, even Kellum and them said, yeah, that was pretty much an egregious hold. He was held well before the camera got on him. You couldn't see it.
I've seen worse not called many times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Probably in that game. If we had access to an all 22 copy right now where we could watch it, you could see that there was a hold. He held him off the line of scrimmage, and that's why it was a timing throw. The ball was already in the air, but he couldn't get there, but because he was held before the ball got put in the air. But Uh, Quite a bit of transfer portal information going on now for us. The biggest so far for Ole Miss, obviously, is the Austin Simmons has signals his intention to transfer. We all heard rumblings pretty much all the year this could happen once Trinidad got the starting job. But with Trinidad, possible 6 year being still up in the air, I just kind of felt like he'd stay with Ole Miss.
Well, let
My
me
thought,
ask you, is he available?
yes,
Like,
I think he's still available. That's why he's not. He signaled his intention to enter it, but he hasn't entered it. You know, uh, from what I understand, the way it was told. But again, that stuff. So
man,
it's it's hard for
I
me to
was
follow how it
nothing,
is.
nothing but the best for Austin Simmons. He's been a
Yeah,
class act through all of this,
me too. But I'm
and
afraid we might need him next year. So I'd kind of like to hang on to him. Um, but again, he's got to do what he feels best for him. I've heard Missouri is a top target for him.
yeah.
Uh, if he ends up at Missouri, if he feels like that's his best bet, and it may be because they're a run heavy, and obviously he has a little bit of trouble with throwing the football. He throws completions to the other team a good bit.
Well,
Uh,
as a quarterback, that's a problem.
yeah.
I don't think you're
four
supposed
and
to do that.
4 in 2 games,
Yeah.
you know. So and then the fumble against Tulane, which me and you have picked quite a few times, but again, he wears red and blue. Suits up every weekend. So I wish him nothing but the best. And to me, he's an Ole Miss Rebel till he isn't. He
Facts.
picked up a few commits that I seen, but I think we ought to. Let's save that for another episode. What do you think? We can go over that. We're gonna need some content later down the road there.
Yep. We're about done with this one. Hotty toddy,
Yes,
what a
sir.
win!
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Biggest ever,
Absolutely.
biggest in our
Biggest in my
lifetime.
lifetime.
Yes, by far.
Absolutely. Well, that is about all we have here for episode 13. If you like what we're putting out there, folks, please subscribe, like, and share. As always, comment. Let us know what you think we can do better. Please come back on Thursday for episode 14. Until then, hotty toddy, Rebel fans.